Live. I'm going to start melting down our melts here. I have half and half of these dark chocolate melting wafers and these dark chocolate European coating compounds. We could have used like tempered dark chocolate, but as I've mentioned before, I still have trouble with tempering. But these are also very tasty. So I'm going to pop these in the microwave for just 30 seconds. I like to go in short bursts and stir between to make sure that nothing gets burned. Because if you burn your melts, then you gotta restart, or you gotta start over completely. So today we're making some chocolate bark that has a bunch of pretzels and also a little bit of peanut butter morsels in them. So it's like a peanut butter, or it's like a pretzel peanut butter bark vibe. And I already have my tray lined with parchment paper, so we're ready to go with that as soon as we have everything mixed together. This is after the first 30 seconds. We're going to give it a stir. Of course, we definitely need some more time. Pop that in for another 30 seconds. Okay, so we're on our second set of 30 seconds, and like I said, it's mostly gonna be a pretzel bark, but then we're gonna have so these are the mini pretzel twists that I'm using. And then I have some peanut butter and milk chocolate little morsels that we're gonna add into it as well. For just a little extra touch of flavor. Okay, second set of 30 seconds, and let's start to stir this one. Still definitely need some more time. I always really love making barks because they're just such a great no-bake treat, and especially it is super hot this weekend. Like the past couple of days, and especially this weekend is just like, oh my goodness. So I wanted something easy and no-bake. Can't wait for fall when we can start to do some more baking stuff. Okay, 30 more seconds. I think I forgot to specify. So the two different compounds or the European coating compounds and the dark chocolate melting wafers that I mentioned, it's a cup and a half of each. So I did a 50-50 ratio of each. And what else? I think that's everything. I hope you guys are having a good week. And it's hard to believe that the past week went by so quickly. It feels like we were just on live. So, yeah, this week went by crazy fast. I feel like August is just flying right by. Like September is flying close. Which I love the fall. It just like, it feels like the beginning of summer was like, oh, fall feels so far away. And now it's just like, oh, it's getting pretty close. Okay, that's after our third set of 30 seconds. I'm going to stir for a little bit longer just to see if it finishes melting these pieces. Because if we overheat the melts, then they can get that streaky look, which we don't want. Okay, it's melting on more, but it might need like another 15 to 20 seconds just to finish melting everything. Hello, thank you for joining. Good to see you again. I hope you had a good week. Okay, we're looking pretty good. I think it might just be little air bubbles. All right, maybe like 10 to 15 more seconds, and that's all that we need. Just a teensy bit more heating in the microwave, and then we can mix in our other stuff. What are we making? Thanks for joining. We're making a pretzel bark today that has a little bit of peanut butter flavoring with it. It's a really great no-bake treat since it's so hot. Got my C or GCSE results and they're good. Oh, what is that? Was that the gold? Sorry, I'm trying to remember the name of it. Pretzel peanut butter bark. Yes. What do those results mean? Okay, they're fully melted. So now we're gonna start mixing in our mix-ins, if you will. UK version of finishing high school. That's awesome, congratulations. That's so exciting. Oop. Overpoured my pretzels. Hello, thank you for joining. Okay, I'm using my cup measurement just so we have an approximate amount of what we're using in case you guys want to use it too. So we're doing a cup. I'm thinking 2 cups of pretzels, and let's mix it in and see what happens. I have quite a bit of pretzels that I got recently, so I'm trying to think of some fun pretzel stuff. Okay, and 2 cups. Let's give that a mix and see what it looks like. I'm from Canada here. Thank you for joining from Canada. I'm in California. I might even add some more pretzels. Yeah, and I'm gonna add some more pretzels. I want to be very pretzely. That's not a word, but still. And a couple more. All right, so we got like 3-ish cups of pretzels, 3-ish cups of melts. Like I said, when I do bark, it's always kind of an approximate amount of what we're using. So that's the good thing about no-bake stuff and bark and stuff like that is that you don't have to be super precise. Okay, they're all nice and coated. We do have some excess melts at the bottom, which will work for our bark, so everything will stick together. So I think, oh, got chocolate on my hand. I think I want to add in a little bit of these morsels into this mixture. They might melt down just a little bit, but then we're also gonna generously sprinkle on top as well. So let's see what like, see what like half-ish cup looks like. No, we'll do a full cup, and then we'll do some on top. I would use like just a pack of peanut butter, but I realized that this bag had the milk chocolate as well, so it's just like an extra little bonus. Okay, everything's just lightly coated. So we're gonna move our tray on over here. Scooch it on. I put this little pad down so it's like a little no slip, so it's not gonna move around a bunch when I'm finishing our bark here. Move it back just a little bit. And also we are using pretzels that do have obviously salt on them, but I am gonna do an extra little sprinkle of sea salt just because the extra other, chocolate elements here that have sugar in them. So I think a rubber spatula will be better for this. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. Okay. I was trying to work quickly with making barks and stuff like that when I have things already mixed into the melts, because we don't want the melts to start to set as we're trying to pour everything. Which I can see it's already starting to clump up just a little bit. Don't do that. Okay, because it's still in this bowl, I'm going to pop it in the microwave for just like 15-20 seconds, just to make sure everything stays kind of melty while we pour it. So we'll be able to kind of shape it to more bark a little bit better. But I always like to do that with bark. I prefer not just like a solid piece of bark. I like adding either like pretzels or cookies or something, gives it like a little bit of crunch, often crunch with a little bit of salt to balance it out. That's what I always prefer. Okay, just giving it a little mix here. Love pretzels, yes. Especially pretzels paired with something sweet. It's just such a perfect combo. Okay, let's pour this. Stay on that side. I'm gonna try my best to spread it out into like a flat bark. I haven't tried it this way though. Usually I'll put a layer down of pretzels, but I want it to be very pretzel heavy. They aren't going as flat as I pictured, and I think the little pieces right here are kind of clumping up because the peanut butter and milk chocolate morsels were actually in the freezer, so it kind of set some of the melts around them and made a little clump. It's going to be almost more like pretzel clusters, kind of. I think probably if I wanted it to be more like a bark, then I probably should have done an extra cup of melts, which I actually might toss in there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do an extra cup. And have a little bit more melts, kind of filling in some of those gaps. And usually I start with 30 seconds, but I'm starting with 45 just because I want to make sure it melts quickly before all of this starts to set too much. Okay. Have you used the peach caramel for anything scrummy? I tried it on we had family game night, and we had I had these little shortbread cookies that I had left over from a different project, and I put a little bit of caramel on top of that as like an unofficial dessert for their family game night. I think it turned out pretty well. There might be too many peaches in it, but I need to play around with it a little bit more. I do want to make a cake and then kind of drizzle it over top. I think that would be really good. Ooh, this bowl's hot. Ooh, tasty, yes. Yeah, I definitely want to do a little bit more with it and let you guys know. But my niece, who just turned 11 months old, she tried it. She was like, she really liked it, but of course she can't have very much of it. She just had like a little taste of it, and she was very excited. So, okay, a little more time on this. Still trying to press some of these pieces down to be a little more flat. Ooh, this bowl's getting really hot. All right, I'm just giving this a mix back here. Try to make sure all the pieces are melted down. Perfect. I'm going to pour the rest on top and we can finish this off. A little more messy than my usual barks, but I think it's going to be really tasty. Okay, just scraping all the chocolate melts out of here. Okay. And then just finish giving this a little smoothing out. I think I even want to do a little, I like to hit the bottom to kind of let it settle into all the little nooks and crannies. Okay, I think we're looking pretty good. I'm gonna do just a light little kitchen torch melting of some of these little clumps. But not very much though, or else it will get that streaky look from overheating. I'm going to do my little sprinkle of sea salt. Let's move you this way just a smidge. Okay. Maybe just a little bit more. I think that's good. Looks tasty. I want to jump through the screen right now. Thank you. I keep saying it. I wish there was a way to hand you guys things through the screen for the people that attend lives. That would be so cool. All right, and then I'm just going to finish this off by sprinkling some of these morsels on top. Whoops. Runaway morsel. 2 runaway morsels. Just finish getting these in all these little nooks and crannies here. All right, I think I look pretty good. What do you guys think? Not as pretty, like I said, as other barks that we've made, but I think it's gonna be really tasty. I'm excited to try it once it all sets. Just gonna keep adding a few more to all these little spots. I went this because it can be quite a lot. I cut it into nice small squares usually. With this, I'm hoping they break into squares pretty easily, but we'll see. Okay, where else does we need a little something? Right there, okay. Okay, I'm gonna call it, we're good. Okay, so from here, I'm just gonna let this set. I usually like to pop it into the fridge, especially when the days are really hot like it is right now. It'll let it set a little bit faster, and then to finish this off, because that would take a little bit too long on live. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do that right now, but once it sets fully, which should take like five-ish minutes, maybe 10 minutes, then I'm going to take it out on the piece of parchment paper and put it on a cutting board and cut it into little squares. At least that's what I'm hoping. We'll see how that part turns out. What do you guys think? This is definitely a lot quicker than last week's live where we made the peach caramel. But I do love to mix it up with the no-bake treat sometimes. And I had this idea pop in my head and I was like, that sounds tasty. Let's see how that turns out. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let's see, we have more of our piping tip series going on right now, so make sure to check that out with the shorts videos. We are on day 15 is today's number for the piping tip series. So I have 20 days. I can't believe that series is going by as fast as it is. Like I said, August is just flying by. So make sure to let me know if there's any kind of specific stuff you guys do want to see on live. I definitely would love to incorporate that stuff. Maybe next week I could make some. I'm making jam recently, and I haven't made jam for a while, and then all of a sudden I've made a few batches, so maybe we can make jam or something like that. That could be fun. I definitely want to do some baking stuff, but only when it starts to cool down a little bit more than it currently is. Okay, I'm not seeing any new comments or questions pop in the chat. Does anybody have any questions? I know this one is super easy compared to other stuff. Oh, I love jams and jellies. What's your favorite flavor? Or does it depend on your mood? Because I feel like as a kid, I did not like jelly at all. Honestly, I was like not a jelly or jam person. Now I do enjoy it from time to time. And typically I like blackberry personally. My nan does a lovely rhubarb and ginger jam. Oh, that sounds interesting. I've actually never had rhubarb before, and I've never heard of a ginger jam. That sounds really cool. I tried strawberry jam this week, but I didn't have pectin. I need to get some pectin to make it thicker naturally. Since pectin naturally occurs in, hold on, baby. Pectin naturally occurs in berries, and it'll help kind of thicken that up. I need to get some of that, but the flavor is on point with the strawberry one. And then I'm also playing around with some cherry jams right now. But I also did get some blackberries for blackberry jam, so I need to make that. Let's see. Anybody just joining? Never had rhubarb. I have not. I've seen it. I've heard of it. I've never had it before. I guess I need to give it a try. I've heard of like rhubarb pie, but I haven't, I guess, made that, effort to actually try it. Oops. All right, any more questions or comments to pop in the chat? I know today was shorter, but like I said, maybe next week maybe we'll do some jam. They keep having really good sales on fruit at the store, so maybe we'll make that a thing for next week. Like I said, in terms of updates, keep checking out the piping tip series videos that we have coming with shorts every single day. I'm really excited that everybody's enjoying those so much. I was kind of unsure because I haven't tried that type of series before, but I think it's been a lot of fun. And also I had a lot of fun experimenting with ones that I've never tried before. So let's see. I gotta let this set still, so I'm gonna pop it into the fridge because like I said, it is really hot today. But I'll definitely let you guys know how it turned out later. And yeah, if you have any questions or comments or anything, pop it into the comment section when this video gets posted. I like the distractions from my work, so thank you for the live. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. And we'll definitely, thank you for the reminder. We'll be back next week, same time, same day, 10 a.m. Pacific time on Friday. Unless something changes, something comes up, I will let you know ahead of time. But that's they were planning on. And like I said, maybe we'll do some type of jam or something cooking on the stove. Not quite yet baking because it's still too hot for that. But yeah, we'll have to see. We'll do something fun. Okay, I hope that you guys have a really great day. I hope the work goes well for you, Maria. But I hope that I will get to see you guys next week. Like I said, same time, same day, and that you have a fabulous weekend. I will see you very soon. Bye.